All right, welcome everyone. So I want to talk with you about saturated hydrocarbons exercise number 5. And here we have names of branched alkanes, and we want to calculate their molecular formula from the name. And so remember, when we have an alkane that ends in ANE, what we know, of course, is that it's going to follow the C in H2N plus 2 pattern. And so we don't need to draw the structure. We really just need to figure out how many carbons that name represents. And so one of the things that is a little bit counterintuitive is the numbers in the name tell us where things are, not how many of something we have. We're going to be using the stems and the prefixes to figure that out. And so when you look at this, right, the first thing that you're going to notice is that you have pent. Pent means that you have 5 carbons in your longest chain. Then the next thing that we have is we have tetra, which of course is a prefix meaning 4. What do we have 4 of? Well, we have 4 meths. And again, meth is a prefix or a stem meaning 1. So I have 4 times 1 plus 5 for a total of 9 carbons. And so my formula here would be C9, double that to 18, add 2, 20 hydrogens. And so really, this is an exercise in making sure you understand your stems and your prefixes. If we look at our next example, our base name is again pent. And so once again, that represents 5 carbons. I also have a methyl, which tells us we have 1 carbon, and we have an ethyl, which tells us that we have 2 carbons. And so when we add those up, we get a total of 8 carbons. And so our formula here would be C8, double that and add 2, H18. In the case of our next example, we've got non-ane, which the non tells us that we have 9 carbons in our longest chain. And again, the methyl tells us that we're dealing with an extra 1 carbon in a side group. So when we add those up, we have a total of 10 carbons. If we have 10 carbons, that must mean we have 22 hydrogens. Again, 10 times 2 plus 2. In our last example, once again we have a pentane, which once again means 5 carbons. Here we see we have an ethyl group again, which tells us we have 2 carbons. And so here we add those up, we got a total of 7 carbons. And so our formula would be C7H16. So this is a relatively straightforward exercise once you kind of understand how to do it. So hopefully this will help you. Best of luck, and as always, thank you for your time.